Well, I guess at least it's rather fitting that I'm wearing Rotherham red. Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. It's time for another review of another Oxford United game. Today, the Yellows were at home to Rotherham. So there was a lot of news that happened this week, so let's just dive straight into it. First of all, Simon Eastwood is back in goal for Oxford. That's great news. Back from his injury. Welcome back, Simon. 4 new recruits have also come through the doors this week. Let's have a look at them. Nathan Holland has come in from West Ham. Liam Kelly from Feyenoord. Feyenoord? Is he going to be like the next Brian Wilstermann or something? Maybe. Probably not. Rob Atkinson is a young defender who's come in from Eastleigh. And welcome back to Marcus Browne, who was excellent for us last season. He's joined on loan till the end of the season from Borough. I don't think he's had a great time of it at Borough. I know Jonathan Woodgate threw him under the bus recently for getting a red card. So welcome back, Marcus, with open arms. Let's hope you can contribute like you did last season. Carl Robinson has got a touchline ban for this game. So if you're at the back of the South Stand, you'll probably hear a very loud, grumpy man. That's probably not a shock to anybody that he's got a touchline ban. What's more of a shock is that it's only his first of the season. So moving on to today's game against Rotherham, who are in excellent form and are second in the table. This is the Oxford United side that started the game. Pretty similar to the one that played Hartlepool last weekend. The only really changes is obviously Eastwood comes back in goal for Archer. Brannigan comes back in for Robbie Hall. And 3 of the 4 new recruits are on the bench. Holland, Kelly and Browne. Again, a strong Oxford lineup and one you would expect to put in a good performance this afternoon. However, Rotherham have been really good form. They picked up 10 points over the Christmas period. I think that's the only side that got more points for us over that period. So it's going to be a tough game. I remember from the first time we played them at the New York Stadium, it was a very tough physical battle that Oxford were up for on that occasion, and they'll need to be up for it again. Rotherham have got some excellent attacking players who are in excellent form, the likes of Freddie Lapidou, Crooks and Smith. This will be tough. It should be an entertaining game, but let's hope Oxford can rise to the occasion and come back from a defeat in the league last time out and get a win this time. I think all you can do is just hold your hands up and say Rotherham were much better than us today. They completely outplayed Oxford in the first half and blew us away. It is back-to-back defeats for the Yellows because this afternoon it ended. Oxford United 1, Rotherham United 3. So a terrible first half that Oxford just never got going in. Rotherham just turned up and absolutely blitzed us from the start pretty much. Outpaced us, outpowered us, outskilled us, outfought us. Every single out you could possibly think of. It was Rotherham who took the lead on the 16th minute. It was Kyle Vassell who got on the end of Obegi's low cross. Wasn't great defending by Oxford. Brannigan could have done better. Eastwood could have done better as well. So not a great start for the Yellows. And things would only go from bad to worse, I'm afraid. It was 2-0 on about the half an hour mark. It was Kyle Vassell again. And it was Rotherham's just pace and power and their direct football. And when I say direct football, I don't just mean like they just aimlessly hoof it long. They play with a purpose. They get the ball into the strikers who use their power and score them a lot of goals. And this is what happened here. It was a direct football, and it was Vassell again, who hasn't been in a great scoring form, but he had a good game today against Oxford, who he was on loan at a few years ago. Outpowered Moore and chipped it over Eastwood, and Oxford were 2-0 down. A very rare position for us to be in. There's been a lot of branding about how good we've been at home, especially in defensively, how we haven't conceded a goal since August. That got completely blown away by Rotherham today. It's not an over-exaggeration to say Oxford were all over the place and it could have been worse. And unfortunately, it did get worse. We couldn't get to half-time at 2-0, which would have made could have made a massive difference in this game. It was sloppy from Oxford again. They gave away a corner right at the end of the first half. Didn't clear it. Vassell, who had a screamer, put the ball back in, and it was there for Wood to just sort of tap a header in against the post to make it in like the 6th minute of injury time as well at the end of the first half. And Oxford went in 3-0 down. So with the game gone, it looked like what can Oxford do to respond? Can Oxford get any pride back out of this game? And I would say, to be fair, they did. Carl Robinson made changes. He took off Goran, he took off Brannigan, and he brought in 2 of the new recruits, Browne for a second debut, and he brought on Holland as well. And the energy that those 2 provided certainly did make Oxford play a lot better in the second half. Let's be fair, they couldn't play a lot worse. There are other circumstances as well. Rotherham would have took their foot off the gas. That's no doubt about that. They would have sat deeper, just protecting the lead they had, trying to catch Oxford on the break. But Oxford did at least entertain the crowd a little bit more and play better in the second half and create some chances. But this just comes back to something that has been a bugbear of mine for a while, that we're pretty toothless in front of goal lately. You can't deny it. Yes, we've got some nice build-up play. Yes, we're getting crosses. But again, from set pieces and from general open play, the final ball or the cutting edge just isn't there. It improved a little bit when Matt Taylor came on, as you would expect. He scored a goal that was offside. And Oxford did get a goal back on the 70th minute. Marcus Browne scoring on his second debut. Again, good work from Sykes. Taylor couldn't finish it off, but it fell to Browne. He volleyed it in. The one bit of clinical finishing that we had on the day. And with 20 minutes to go, you were just hoping, could Oxford get another? Could they make it difficult? Yes, Taylor had a really good chance where the goalie made a mistake and he put it wide of the post. If you could have made it back to 3-2, maybe there could have been some panic at Rotherham and maybe we could have got an equaliser, but that just isn't the way it's going for us lately. We're just not good enough in front of goal. And I know that people are going to come out and say defensively we were poor and Eastwood wasn't very good, but cut them some slack, guys. This defence has been excellent in recent weeks for Oxford. We came up against a good side today. You can't always expect to not concede goals. It's going to happen. We've got to start scoring more at the other end. I think we've got to get a striker in pretty soon. So this did end up 3-1 to Rotherham. Absolutely congratulations to any Rotherham fans that are watching this. Your team completely outplayed us today and thoroughly deserved to win and thoroughly deserved to be top of the table. The only solace you can take, Oxford fans, is the fact Wycombe are no longer top of the league. Bad defeat for Oxford, and we've got some hard games coming up, so this is going to be a very, very big test for Robinson to see how these boys respond against the likes of Ipswich and Sunderland and Gillingham coming up. There's a couple of things that really annoy me, and it's something that's annoyed me in football for a while, is Oxford have had all week to prepare for this game, all week to sit down. They know what Rotherham would bring. They knew it was going to be a tough game. I mean, even I can tell you that, and I know nothing about coaching football. And they didn't seem up for it. They didn't seem like they were ready for it. They seemed really shell-shocked by it, and I just don't know why that is the case. Why do you have to wait till you're 3-0 down before you make any impact in the game? You could understand it maybe more if we had a load of games recently, but we had a week off since the Hartlepool game. What the fuck's going on there? And secondly, we have to start asking questions of Mackie. Yes, everybody loves him. We love his work rate, but he doesn't score goals. He's not a goal threat at all. He's not even assisting many goals either. At what point do we just have to maybe use him as a sub to come on for like 15-20 minutes to make it difficult for the opposition? Because I think we definitely need someone else in other than Taylor who can score goals, especially with Henry being out injured as well. The players that we're signing are kind of wingers. I think we need, I know finding a striker is difficult in January, but I think Oxford have got to try and take a chance and get someone in like they did Sinclair last season. So I can't say enjoy it, Oxford fans. I hope the Saturday night's not too painful for you. I know there's a lot of knee-jerk reactions saying it's a disgrace. It's awful. It's the end of the season. Let's not quite throw the baby out in the bathwater yet. And hey, the FA Cup's going well, isn't it? But in all seriousness, you know, it's a bad defeat, but we do just need to dust ourselves down, go again on Tuesday night against Ipswich, and just hope for a better performance. Ipswich had a really good result today, so that's not going to be an easy game, but you knew that before I'd even opened my mouth. So that will do it for another review this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a big old like. And if you like the content on the channel, think about subscribing as well. And if you do subscribe, hit that notify bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. I will be back very soon for another review. And remember, if you're looking for detailed football analysis, you're probably in the wrong place.